Senator Kerrey.
Mayor, let me, at the beginning, respectfully disagree with two things you said at the start. And it may not be a disagreement. It may just be me seeing the world slightly different than you do. First of all, I don't believe it's an either-or choice of being angry at those who perpetrated this crime and feeling anger towards those with responsibility. And at the same time, I think one of the most remarkable things that you did during this whole period of time was help us channel our own anger, because one of the problems with anger is that it becomes its evil twin in a hurry and becomes hatred. And the thing that I believe unified us on that day, in addition to your words and your leadership, was that of a sudden it was no longer us and others. I mean, it wasn't just Americans who died on the 11th September. Some of the people that you pointed out was New York City strengths. Our immigrant community died on the 11th September, including, I think it's fair to guess, undocumented people as well. It wasn't just Christians and Jews. It was Christians, Jews, and Muslims, and dare I say it, probably people who didn't believe in God, who just came to work and were trying to do what people do when they do their job. And all of a sudden, and for the rest of my life, I'll never be able to see Port Authority, police, fire, New York City Police Department, or for that matter, police people and fire department and Port Authority people anywhere, and see them any differently than I do now, which is they're special people. And strangers became different. All the obituaries that were in the newspapers and all the funerals that you went to, you personalized people that previously had been strangers. And that's, I think, where the unity came from. We didn't see it as us versus them. We didn't see the other any longer. We saw the humanity. We reflected and let our anger subside a bit to see the humanity in other people at the moment that we may even be disagreeing with them. And I do praise you highly, especially for going to all those funerals. That had to be a terrible pain to do that. But you allowed us to grieve, and through our grief, understand the full dimension of this loss, and to unify as a nation. And the word damn got dropped from our Yankees for a short period of time because the country did no longer see New York City as a strange and alien place. They saw it as a part of their country, as a part of their world, indeed, because it was all over the world that people were feeling the humanity and the loss of humanity in New York City. Yesterday, Mayor, we had three of your former commissioners and I before us, and Commissioner Kerrey said that in his testimony, he said the city through OEM had conducted coordinated plans for many types of emergencies, including one simulating biochem attack, mass transit, actual emergencies like blackouts, building collapses, storms, plane crashes, etc. And when I asked the question, was there a scenario analysis done for the possibility that a plane could hit one of these 1,350-foot towers, I got the answer no, and I'm not sure that's correct, but because I like now, had 5 minutes to do it, so I didn't have a chance to follow. To the best of your knowledge, was there scenario analysis done for the possibility that a plane taking off from one of the airports in this area could hit the World Trade Center accidentally?
I don't recall one that would be done. I recall a number of field exercises and tabletop exercises. There was one done involving an actual field exercise involving a plane crash, in which state and local and different county organizations had to respond to it to see if we could work together with Nassau County, the Port Authority. There was one done involving a sarin gas attack right near the World Trade Center that involved the Port Authority, and there were many done involving building attacks, building fires, building collapses, but I don't recall one involving an aerial strike on a building.
Among the sort of eureka moments for me where I discovered something on this commission was listening to flight attendant Betty Ong on American Airlines Flight 11 when she was talking to the ground. People on the ground, American Airlines and federal officials, were surprised that the plane had been hijacked. In fact, argued with us, are you sure it isn't air rage? Don't you think the FAA should have told the Port Authority at some point during this whole entire period, I mean, take 98 through 2001, because our staff has concluded that at least the Counterterrorism Center at CIA should have done some scenario analysis about hijacking. since it was mentioned in some of the things that we had picked up. No specific plan was detected, but don't you think that the FAA or somebody at the federal level should have engaged in some scenario analysis about the possibility of a hijacking and begin to think about that as a possible threat against the United States?
I imagine in hindsight it would have helped, sure. I mean, it would have, but they didn't. I mean, so I don't know how to evaluate how they make decisions, what it is that they decide on. Sure, it would. If somebody had said this is a possibility, then there would have been an exercise done based on it. But no one thought of it, and we didn't think of it. So we thought of a lot of things. We had plans for anthrax. We had plans for smallpox. We had plans for terrorist bombings. We had plans for dirty bombs, airplane crashes. But in all that thinking that we did, we had never come up with the thought that there would be planes used as missiles attacking buildings. Whether others should have done it, I don't know. I don't know if I can really judge that, Senator.
Thank you.